Hello, everybody. My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to All the Mods 10. Last time, we were continuing on working on our computer system, and actually got it functioning. Sort of. So, beforehand, at the end of last time, we got the whole thing set up. We made our first 1K because that's what it tells you to make. And then we went a little bit further. We started running to a couple of the uh what are they called again? Meteorites to set up an extractor to grab a bunch of the Certus quartz dust for us over time. Where's AE2? I just completely skipped past it. Um, yeah, so we just, I think we had just started here last time. So we made fluids, made some cables going, right up a bit on channels and whatnot, ME controllers. And we went ahead and made the ME drive and the 1K that it tells you to start off with. So that's all well and good. A 1K storage does not hold much though. So I believe we made the 16K right at the end of last time. So not much, but it's significantly better than 1K at least. And we technically have a computer system that can hold some storage stuff for us. Uh, but that was about it. We planted a couple of Certus Quartz things and went over some extractors from XYCraft. But, yeah, it was basically trial and error trying to figure out how these things work. Between episodes, as you can probably tell, things are looking a little bit different here. Or maybe you can't even tell, I don't know. So, before we had like 3 or 4 little Certus Quartz things set up here. Uh, so I went ahead and grabbed all of these I could from any meteorites I could find, and I just grew a huge amount of Certus quartz, like 148 of the blocks, 34 of those. Certus quartz, I still have 52 in there. I believe I have like 100 and hold on. Yeah, I have 48 charged in here, 112 dust, a bunch more of the budding things, and some actual buds themselves. So yeah, I still have a bunch of Certus quartz ready to run through at some point. Because, yeah, I set up that more, just let it run. I also went ahead and made a couple more things. Like this dense energy cell I think I made between episodes. Um, it keeps going in here. So, yeah, this thing it's made with a calculation processor. We've made a bunch of those already. And 8 of these energy cells, which are pretty simple, so there's quartz dust and whatnot. So this thing, just make sure that this thing doesn't die, because it gives it a little bit more buffer. This I/O port basically lets us take a very specific thing, like, which one is it? This storage cell right here is very specifically set up with only things that stack one at a time, like swords, bundles, totems of undying, that sort of thing. But if I say took this 1K that's set up with some other things, I could put it in here, and it basically takes a bunch of it out of this 1K and puts it into the other ones there till they're full up as well. So there's that. I added in another inscriber so that we can run this one for these, and then that will automatically put the plates into here that get inscribed, so that's pretty good. Um, I made way too much silicon. I think I legitimately have 1200 silicon or something like that now. I've been on for a couple of hours just doing some odds and ends, trying to set up a computer, dealing with inventory stuff, moving some stuff over. It's a lot. I spent a while on this, and I went ahead and made up to 256, which is 364s, which is yeah, 364s, which is to say 916s, which you already made, but after that, it's more or less the same. You get it. You get 3 of the size you currently have. You add some glowstone and some quartz glass, or whatever that tier requires. It's all pretty simple once you know how to do it. It's just pretty time consuming when you have to make like 9 to get to the next tier. And then, or 9 to go up 2 tiers out of a time when you're already making 9 of the first tier to get to the 3rd tier, and then you need 9 of those to get to 5th tier. It's a lot. It just takes a while. You need a lot of these. So, I might actually run through that 1200 silicon eventually. Anyways, I also let the plasticking run more. That's just automatic at this point. And I made a whole bunch of steel, which is actually pretty simple. iron dust, coal, and a hammer, steel. We're going to need this to upgrade the reactor, which I don't know if that's going to be today or if that's going to be just soon. But I would like to set this thing up to work with a turbine, because that will provide much more power. And maybe we'll actually be able to run the piglet through. Anyways, that's most of it. The last thing I did... Nope, not the last thing. Um, this was for Depeche, and honestly, I should have done this so long ago. But now all of our backpacks have upgrades. Everything I could has stack upgrade to tier 3, which essentially makes each one hold in 9 stacks, I think. Or no, it's a multiplier, not an additive, so everything holds 8 stacks in a single slot. I would have gone for the next tier, but that's a lot of netherite we don't have. But we have that on all 3 of these backpacks. Then this one and this one in here both have the magnet upgrade. So essentially they'll both hold 8 stacks per thing of a specific item, and they'll both automatically pick it up, with this one automatically applying what's already in here. Sadly, it does mess with this thing a little bit. Like, unless I'm literally standing right on top of whatever I'm trying to pick up, it's going to go to a backpack instead of the portable storage unit. So that messes with it a little bit. Like this and this should both be in there. And then these, which apparently you can just pick up raw iron underground, should go like that as well. So there's that. Final thing I did between episodes is I made the atomic reconstructor and the double crusher. Uh, Actually, also, apparently, you can run horse armor through a crusher, and it will give you 6 of whatever ore that thing is made out of, so that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, that thing, I don't think the crusher was super expensive in any way. Um, Crusher, here it is. It's from Actual Editions, and you make it with 4 cobble. Oh no, this is the advanced crusher. Advanced coils, black quartz, and restonia. So, that restonia I actually have to go over. Other than that, it's two of those. Iron casing, black quartz, and whatnot. We saved up a bunch of black quartz from other things. Although, one of the upgrades I made for the backpack, the advanced compacting thing, I don't like this thing. Like, it'll automatically turn, say, 9 raw ore into a raw ore block. So that's all well and good, but it will automatically turn quartz into quartz blocks, which you can't undo. And then, say you have 9 of an ore block, it will make it the 1 times compressed. So in fact, what should only be taking 1, maybe 2 slots is now taking 3 for 1 times regular and just the raw ore. And that's not even if you're getting up to like 3 times, 2 times, 1 times. Yeah, it just does not save room at all. Yeah, other than that, the Redstonia, that's the actual rare thing. I'm definitely getting thing. So that's where the atomic reconstructor comes in. So this thing, I'm going to need a redstone torch to actually test it out. But the atomic reconstructor from Actually Additions, it's pretty simple. Black quartz, 4 sticks, and iron. Surround it like that, gets you the atomic reconstructor. And if I go ahead in here and grab a redstone torch, which I think is in here. Yep, I actually can save the space on that and put something else in there. And take like a half stack of redstone here. Turn this onto deactivation via redstone. You can see that now this is just going to fire a laser every once in a while. Turn off magnet on you and turn off magnet on you real quick. So if I toss the redstone right there, and it gets hit with a laser, it gets turned into Restonia crystals, which have a lot of cool uses. This thing, I think, can use, I think other things will work like that. Sparkle atomizer, canola seeds, crystallized canola seeds, no idea where those come from. Mushrooms can become that. Ooh, we can turn quartz into prismarine, but I believe part of this is needing extra lenses. So, because there's lens things that have extra effects when they happen. Diamonds into diamondites, or whatever, however you would actually pronounce that. Coal into void crystals. There's a lot of things. We're going to be needing this a lot more. Okay, so this doesn't actually list everything. I know there's something called the Lens of the Miner, which is right... I think it passed by it. Lens of Color. Lens of the Miner. Maybe you make it otherwise. Lens of the Miner. It's lens. This one. Here we go. So the lens mixed with these. Apparently we can set this thing on top of it, and it will turn, say, nether rack will have a rare chance to turn into ancient debris when it gets struck. And then we can just get various other ores through it. So we're definitely going to try this at some point, because that's pretty cool. But I'm pretty sure actually Additions has a bunch of other stuff we want to look at too eventually. But right now, this can get stored in here. Redstone torch can go in here. And I think that's it for between episode stuff. I have some inventory stuff to deal with in a moment. But yeah, there was more to go over between episodes than there was in the recap of last time by a pretty hefty margin. But something we unlocked that I want to try, Prayer of Harmonization. Strengthens and encourages a creature to become one of your familiars. How does this work? This familiar is already owned. Oh, okay, hold on. No, the jetpack is charging up real quick. What can be a familiar and what cannot be a familiar? I'm going to assume we can't have undead familiars. Spellcasting interrupted. Spellcasting interrupted. Okay, it doesn't look like... Hold right click near a decorative. Energy interaction range. Okay, so the Ankh of Prayer doesn't look like it can tame hostile mobs. And a crab apparently cannot be a familiar either. I don't know. I really need to figure out how this thing works. This button and the compendium is here. Prayer. Prayers for by period. You can pray to receive a beneficial effect or in certain creatures depending on your alignment. If you're neutral or better, you can exercise to convert zombie villagers. If you're +1, you can use prayer on a protection. Prayer of empathy if you're really good to rally a tameable creature. The Ankh of Prayer is an item allowing to earn knowledge of death, but with cooldown. When the Ankh is usable, it can be used to pray near a decorative grave or on some creatures based on your alignment. Hold on, if I just do this, it's got cool effects but doesn't do anything. I think I have a soul on the grave right now, so this could work. I have no idea how the whole familiar system works. There we go. I just was not holding it long enough. Knowledge of death increased. You have made the first prayer. Cool. So that's going to take more work figuring it out. Technically some training with it. I have no idea how to make familiars, though. So you can just get stored in there. Anyways, what are we doing today? I don't know, really. I spent so long doing other stuff that I definitely got so distracted. Oh, whoops, where's my redstone torch? I'm going to turn the laser off. There's that. I don't know. A couple of things I want to try. I want to try getting to the wireless terminal so that we can use this thing from anywheres. And I want to get to the wireless power flux thing going so that we can send our power wherever we need it. Oh yes, I also made this thing, so thanks for the free quartz dust. Let's see. The wireless access point and the wireless terminals are both very important. We want this so that we can set up a computer at our house too. Although maybe that's not super necessary if we get the wireless terminal with the dimension card. But the wireless access points. Easy. Wireless receiver. Easy. Fluix pearl. Any ender pearl, 4 fluix dust, and 4 fluix crystals. Again, pretty easy. I forgot about the reaction chamber. This thing's pretty cool. It requires a lot of power, so I actually upgraded this one with the ultimate pipe. I did a lot more than I realized. I was just going to town between episodes. We had basic ones. They're upgraded like this pretty simply. They're upgraded like this pretty simply. Pretty simple to upgrade them like that. So the reaction chamber, if I could look at recipes here, basically, it's hard to show off there, but if we look at a fluix crystal in the reaction chamber, basically it just does this for you and you don't have to do it yourself. So I just put in some charge, some redstone, and some nether quartz, and it will give us 64 without me doing anything else. I think I already also did this to get a bunch of the fluix. No, I used the crusher for fluix crop. Did I go over the crusher? I also made the crusher. Uh, yes, I did go over that. Never mind. That thing's super helpful. Um, I made something else in this machine. I don't remember what it was though. Recipes in the reaction chamber. What did I use you for? Sky bronze, sky steel. I didn't make any sky steel between episodes, but I could have. Um, I know I used it for something, but I don't know what. Um, what was it? Oh yeah, I used it to charge a bunch of crystals. That's right. Did I go over the matter condenser last time? I don't remember if I had this thing last time. You basically put junk in it and it will give you matter balls, which are going to be used later on. I think we made that last time, actually. I'm very scattered today. I've literally been on this world for like 6 hours today already before even pressing start recording. Um, anyways, we're going to start looking into making this thing, because I think this is going to be one of the more important things besides just upgrading storage to like megabytes at some point. So wireless booster, ender dust. I believe that will take ender dust we already have, fluix dust. Okay, so that's simple enough, assuming it takes this type of dust over here, which I believe it will. Powdered ender. Nope. No, it will not. Cool. So ender dust. Ender dust. It looked like it actually had a couple in there. I would assume our little crusher friend in the house would actually be able to help here. Okay, the crusher is just going to work for this too. And I just need to take the Enderman things we have, literally an infinite number of, essentially. Enderman predictions. These just get run through here. Make so many more than we're going to need. Did I crush up all of them or just some of them? Let's just go for 8. It should get... Why did it not auto-split? Weird. How much of this do I need? I think I just need 1, but I'm going to need more of it later on. Oh yes, also the note. I figured out a way to duplicate ores better than the hammer. It is very slow though, and it requires this set of machines right here. Excuse me, the washing factory. Essentially, you take liquid meat and you pump and some ore. It gets washed up, and it gets put into fermented ore. We had seen it happen before with a little bit of the liquid aldomodium. I put in a few more pieces to test it between episodes, but actually we don't need liquid. We don't need this at this point. We have way too much aldomodium already. But I want to showcase it working, so we're going to. Where's the right wrench and my fluid pipes? There's the wrench. Fluid pipes are in here, I think. This might become somewhat troublesome. God, but putting everything in here is not really going to work for me. The fluid pipes, I just need to pipe some of this liquid meat into here. I think I should be good to go like this and like this. This is filling with liquid meat. Cool. So if I take this 10 raw aldomodium, it will run through. Each of these, it will become 100 micro buckets per. This is going to be sealed at 1 bucket, so I'm just going to see when that's done. Okay, it's running through. That's just going to take a few moments. Anyways, let's get back to work while we wait for that. I need this. What was I looking at again? This thing right here. So, wireless, that thing, 3 iron, that. Fluix pearl is any ender pearl and surrounded like that. Cool. This, and the fluix dust on top of that. This was not the part I was looking at making before. Fluix pearl, there we go. Important first step. From here, 3 iron and a quartz fiber. Cool, I need to grab that. Anyways, 10 raw ore meat for aldomodium. When paired on production 4, takes 2 minutes, but if you have enough pink slime, it will double your output by 4, meaning that instead of 10 raw aldomodium dust, we're going to get 40, which should immediately be pumped into here, and then 100 micro buckets, I think, takes up 1 sand. So, so on and forth, it basically quadruples the amount of all the modium we're getting. So that's all pretty cool. Figured I'd showcase that working. I've been using it for a bunch of iron, actually, for all the steel I'm making. Am I out of quartz fibers? Apparently I am. How do I make them again? I should just make like a full stack of these things. Certus quartz dust and glass. I'm actually almost out of glass. I'm going to dismelt up more sand. Actually, never mind. I know for a fact I already did that. So, anyways, this. And what else was I missing? I'm very scattered. I apologize. Fluix Pearl, 3 iron, and that. Like so, and so. Gets us the wireless receiver. And a reflector dish, a component of short-range wireless ME technology. Nothing special told there, just, oh yeah, it's a recipe for something else. And glass cable, a calculation processor. That's this, like so. Bloop. I put it in the wrong place. And thus we get the wireless access point. Thank you very much. Allows wireless access via a wireless terminal. Range and power usage is determined based on the number of wireless booster installed. A network you can have any number of wireless access points with any number of wireless booster in each one, allowing you to optimize power usage and range by altering your setup. Requires a channel. Also used to bind wireless terminals. Okay, so just on its own, this thing just needs to be attached anywhere on the system, like say there. So this thing, just to double check, wireless, it's on its channel. We just need to boost that thing with some range boosters and get the wireless terminal itself at this point. Wireless booster, that's what we were looking at. Certus quartz, where is my Certus quartz thing? There. This, and like so. What did I mess up? Did it have to be charged? Nope, that is Fluix dust that goes on the side there, not Certus quartz dust. I already have it, like so. Wireless boosters. That completes the quest. Thank you for the free calculation processor. And now from here is the wireless terminal. Our thing cannot do crafting yet, so I don't think we need the wireless crafting terminal, but it's gonna make us make it anyways. Okay, the wireless terminal can just be turned into it. So, another wireless receiver. Simple enough. We already made one of those. An ME terminal. I think I still have an extra panel, so it's just the Annihilation and the Formation core. I think I already actually have a Annihilation one left over, so that's simple. And a Dense Energy Cell, which is just going to be 32 Fluix Dust, 32 crystals, and 8 quartz glass, which I can do. It's just basically a matter of, oh, I need this, and this, craft, go back in, craft, go back in, craft. That's the problem with this. That's how it becomes, and I can't wait to get the auto crafter going. Maybe I should focus on that instead of wireless, but it kind of becomes a lot just going in and out and in and out of crafting tables all the time. But anyways, let's check in on this, shall we? Okay, that finished fermented. You can see it's already run through quite a bit, and we're up to 19 aldomodium dust just from 10 ores going in. Normally, uh, yeah. Yeah, normally we'd get 20 out of this. It's literally doubling what we already got. Anyways, I'm going to get to work on this. It's just going to take me some time making all the energy cells, making the dense core, getting the ME terminal, and making another one of these real quick. So, 1 second. I'm going to have to go make some more Fluix crystals in a moment, but I think with that, I have everything I'm going to need. So this thing, I need a dense energy cell, which I already have. Dense energy cell, the ME terminal, we already made one of those last time, and we just made a second wireless receiver, gets us our first wireless terminal. Very, very nice. So there's the first part of this task complete. From here, just turning it into the wireless one is a second calculation processor, which I have plenty saved up at this point, and a crafting table, which is, it's a crafting table. Who doesn't know how to make a crafting table in Minecraft? Besides someone who has literally never played before. Anyways, the wireless crafting terminal. Both for our what's the word? Two birds with one stone. That's the expression I wanted to use and then completely failed on. You can use an energy card to provide a larger internal battery, which is pretty cool. But there we go. Crafting terminal. And we have it. The bridge is an alternate method to get wireless interdimensional access to your applied energistics. A quantum bridge connected at your base and a quantum bridge card in your terminal. And bound together with a quantum entangled singularity to gain access wherever you go. So, like, this is the version AE2WT lib, but dimension card. Emmy quantum ring. Which one would you want to go with? It looks like there's two options to do the same thing for interdimensional access to this, but is one actually better than the other? Okay, now this is linked. We're out of power, so we can't see it there, but if we just pop this in here and take our jetpack back out, that's just going to take a moment. You go there. I just need it to be charged somewhat so that we can see it in action. We now have full access to everything in the computer, which will hopefully eventually be literally everything we own. So, yeah, that's pretty cool now, isn't it? Now that we have that, do we want to move over to having access to power anywhere as we go? Or do I want to look at starting up auto crafting? I think the power everywhere we go, so we can even access to all that whenever we want, is probably higher priority, if I had to guess. So, time to start looking at the flux power system. So, where is it? Integrated. I think it's basic logistics. No, it's not basic logistics. Let's see. It's power. Basic power. Here it is. Oh yeah, we got the pipes upgrade, so thanks for the free iron furnace. And we got universal cables for free, so thank you for the free infused alloy, which I guess I'll toss in here for now with that. Anyways, the flux network. We need 4 flux cores, which is 4 obsidian, eye of ender, and flux dust. And then we need a flux block, which is 4 of those and a bunch of flux crystals. Thankfully, I made a bunch of this at the start of last time. How well are you charged? Oh, you're almost there. So I need obsidian, eyes of ender. I don't think I have any ender pearls over here, and I think I left all of my blaze rods at home too. Like, most mob drops have not made their way in there. Oh yes, I did more things between episodes that I forgot about. I made Prudentium growth accelerators. I think I can pick this up without Silk Touch, but just in case. Pretty simple to make. 4 of any stone, 4 Prudentium essence, which is just a bunch of Inferium we have, and a free Prudentium gemstone that I think we got for a Prudentium gemstone that we got for free at some point. But these things we got free per batch, and they basically boost the speed of any plants grown above them. So I have them on the fire seeds that I made and the dirt seed that I made. It's just dirt and Prudentium essence, and this one is fire essence, which is also pretty simple. I made them because if you put the two together, you can get sand. And then I just went and found a desert anyways, because that's going to be faster than growing it either way. Because, yeah, we're going to need a lot of sand for the crushing machine and for glass, which is just way too important to pass up on. Anyways, I digress again. I need to go get, Eyes of Ender, which means grabbing blaze rods, and these, which I actually already have a couple of. So, what did we need here? I am too scatterbrained right now. I don't understand it. I've just been out of it the last couple of episodes when we're just slowing down doing computer science. I'm almost out of obsidian. I'm gonna have to go get more pretty soon. How did this happen? Anyways, I need the flux dust. What did I do with it? What did I do with the flux dust? This is an issue. What did I do with it? Did I accidentally toss it into the computer? Did I accidentally toss it in here? Which chest? There it is. Yes, I did. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. And I know for a fact I messed that up. So like this gets us these. 4 of these, and then 5 extra dust is going to get us the other one. That. And like so, we now have the flux block. Cool. Actually, we could use this thing instead of going down to bedrock to get more flux dust. Flux cores and flux blocks to craft most of the core things. Now to start our network, we need the flux plug, which is one of these and then 4 more cores. So this, that. You make one, it becomes a whole lot easier than this for the flux plug. Cool. So, thanks for a free block, the flux plug. Basically, you put it on and it will draw in power and it will start up your network. So, all of this is pretty horribly set up, but I kind of want to put this directly onto the energy cell we have in there. So, if I break that, it will completely mess everything up because of course it will. What was that on anyways? Oh yeah, the item pipe that was here. Anyways, the basic energy cell, which should probably be upgraded at this point, we want to put in the flux plug right on it. Which needs to be attached to it somehow. Flux plug, we need to set up on the system, network, wireless charging, network connections, settings, create new network. I mean, we want to create a new network, private, our network creates, cool. So we now have a network. Power surge, I don't know what that means, bypass limit, chunk loading. Oh wait, this thing works for chunk loading? Oh, this thing doesn't work for chunk loading yet. Transporter, side. I mean, can I have this immediately plug into this or no? Do I have to go through the wire? It's ignoring redstone. I thought that was supposed to just work, but I guess not. I'm actually not sure why this doesn't have power in it. It's definitely attached to a wire connected to this thing. Create new network. It's already on our... okay, now it's on our network. Power surge. Transfer limit of 800,000. Bypass limit. Chunk loading is still a no. Flux plug. Priority 0. Why does this thing not... why is this thing not getting power? Oh yeah, I made acceleration cards. Those are pretty simple. So... okay, it automatically hooks up to this, but it's not actually drawing power out of this for some reason. Input output, I want you to output to there. No. Energy items config. Outputs. Or... this thing doesn't take FE. This thing needs to take AE energy, I think. So... that doesn't work, does it? I need a converter to... I need to convert between FE and ME energy. Nope, this thing takes FE. Is that one working? Nope, that's still not working. What if I do this? Nope, that's still not working. This thing's just not acquiring power for some reason. That's gonna take some work. 1 second. Okay, I reread it, and apparently this thing, despite saying it stores power, doesn't store power on its own. So, what I'm going to do is... okay, this just tells you how to make a network. We already made a network. Cool, thanks for the free flux dust. I'm going to make this flux point. Essentially, this gets attached to it, and then energy will automatically transfer from here to there. So that's pretty simple. Just need more of these flux cores that I just made and a block of redstone to get the flux point. So flux plug directly attached to that. So it doesn't show it there, but it should have FE traveling through it. So if I now do this and actually break this over here. So all of this, this is a really bad test. Okay, these things all just died because they ran out of power, which means nothing else is going to use up its power either. But if I say add this to, can I delete a network? Disconnect, I wanted that one. Create new network. Okay, I can. Okay, so I can delete that network. It's set to that one. Can I go in and say do the same thing to this one? Network selection, you're on that selection. Cool. So they should now be on our Dendris's network. Is this getting power? Is this getting power? No, it's just not working for some reason. That's so cool. Why? Why is it not transferring power? It says hook up onto battery power. Hook up onto energy cell to transfer energy. It's why no work? Why isn't it working? What is the point of giving me 2 flux cores? Everything I've seen requires 4. The flux controller requires wireless charging or allows. Okay, there's exactly one thing that needs 1. That is silly. But why are you not getting power? Explain. Like these things are Hmm. Where's my wrench? The I misplaced it again. Here it is. So what if I do this? Now, that should be... Why? Why no work? Why no work? Like, explain why you're not working, because I do not understand why you are not working. I see no reason why you are not working. So, where is it? That's an energy cable. This thing, flux plug, it's hooked straight into it. This thing is transferring power. This solar panel right here should also be transferring power. I got that for free from an Why is this not taking power in? Okay, I got charged quartz there. I'm so confused. It's just not working, and I don't understand why. Why no work? 1 second. I need to figure this out, because this is important. I might be slightly stupid. Is this gonna work? Ah, okay, there we go. It's working now. So I forgot that these wires require you to actually hook them up like that to say they're working now. Yeah, I'm slightly stupid. So this thing was working. This thing should have been working the whole time. It does not transfer power unless it needs to transfer power, but now it is transferring power over here just fine. So I could delete. Oh yes, I also made this growth accelerator from Applied Energistics. I think it's pretty simple. It's just a couple of pieces of iron and some fluix crystals, I think. But it makes any crystal thing or any quartz things this next to grow significantly faster. I mean, I did a lot between episodes. I did even more than I realized between episodes. I just sort of lost track of time. But now we can move this entire system over here wherever we wanted to, and we would still be able to have infinite latex or infinite plastic just completely wherever we want, disconnected from that entire layer, which would be super good, especially if I can't figure out how to auto place the acacia logs. So yeah, this thing, super, super important. So the flux point itself, just very good. The flux storage, Flex Networks does provide a way to store the power you generate for your network. These hold massive amounts of power overall and can be upgraded to store even more. 2 million flux blocks. I mean, we don't have enough obsidian, I don't think, to make one of those, but pretty good just on its own. The flux, I think there are probably better battery options, though. Oh, this just teaches you a little bit about the UI for it. I'm just going to take the free things. Bypass limit ignores the limit sets. There are several other tabs to check out. I would like to know what power surge exactly means, though. But wireless charging, the flux controller, 2 flux dust, 5 flux blocks, 4 more flux blocks, which is going to say 4 more of those. I think I can do it. It's going to be very tight on obsidian. Just going to need to make a couple more of these, which I think means 4. Set back up the item thing with the inscriber. So I broke some things trying to figure out why exactly everything was broken. But it should be simple enough to fix. There's that. You get the ultimate pipe upgrade to just power things a little bit faster. You get 4 acceleration things, and that, and that. And I think I'm good for right now. 1, 2. So there's this. And I did the obsidian thing backwards again, didn't I? So there's this. 3. And I have just enough, it looks like. So this wireless charger, or wireless, oh, flux controller enables wireless charging. Cool, words are hard. Does this have to be hooked up? I think this just needs to be on the network, right? I don't have to actually connect this to anything. So that's just there. We want to connect this to this network. Cool. So I think it should be there. Wireless charging. Enable wireless. Wireless charging is ineffective. And then I want it to do... It does not work on anywheres in the main inventory. Hotbar, offhand, main hand. Apply. Why is main inventory charging disabled? Weird. But this... let's actually go grab the wireless charger as well real quick. Or the wireless thing here. So we see this is 1.6 million AE. You can see it goes down to 99.99 and then it instantly pops back up. So I think, okay, it can go in spell focus. Oh, it can go in refined storage. It can go wherever it wants. That's actually really good. I don't know if I have a way to instantly activate that via like keybind. I should double check in a moment. Wireless terminal. Let's set that to P. Is anything else set to P? Key P. Open wireless terminal, space, view pattern. Nothing important, so... Okay, that just works. So we now have instant access to everything in our computer. As long as we're in... Okay, as soon as we boost up the range on it, because that is not useful in the least, like 10 blocks. Or I say it's not useful, that's minorly useful. But, so, wow, words are hard. So 400,000 FE, let's just use this. That's I think that's 1K a tick. So that is just, it's not fast enough where we can fly around however fast we want and just be completely fine without ever having to stop ever again. But it does make it so that we can use the jetpack a lot more freely. So that is very important. But before we end off, let's try and take a look at seeing about making the wireless thing a little bit better. Did we not make wireless boosters? Here we go. I think I can just put those in there. So they now have a range. What? What is the points? It's cool. With 2 of these, we can move an extra 2.8 blocks away. Oh, that's so much better. That is just not worth it. Like, these things are used to make a better copy, but on their own, they are just not worth it. Like, why? Why would you bother putting those in? Can I give you these wireless? Okay, no, the wireless boosters just got put in here. This thing on its own cannot be upgraded. Oh, this one still needs to be resorted by mod. There we go. So, import cards, Quantum Bridge. Quantum Bridge card I think is important. Greater energy card just makes it last longer. Magnet so it can automatically pull up, I would assume. Energy card, just a weaker version. Export card so it can export, I guess. And yeah, I can just access that all freely and use whatever I want. So if we just give the Infinity Range Booster 2 Enderium gears, I think we have some Enderium back home. I know we ended up making Enderium at some point. for something else. I just don't remember how we did it. So, Enderium... I, I do that every time. Okay, so we have 1 Enderium dust, 2 ender pearls, a platinum, and 3 lead. Platinum and lead. I actually had all the resources left over. I just need a couple more ender pearls, which we have 2 on us, and I have infinite more back at the other place. So this, and this. Was it 2 of each? Was it 3 lead, 1 platinum? Was it 3 platinum? Was it like this? Was it like this? Was it like this? Eventually I'll get there. 2, 1, 3. There we go. So, Enderium dust, there's enough for 1, 2 more ender pearls, and then I'll smelt it all up, and that will get us everything we need for the gears. From there, oh, thanks for the free flux block. Flux blocks, blah. What did we even need those for? I think we're out of that mod. I think we just finished most of what was in there. But AE2, this requires second Enderium gear. The aluminum gear is 4 ingots like this, which is 3 tin, a silver, and 4 glowstone. 3 tin. I already have the silver, and I know for a fact I have tin dust. I just need to crush it up real quick. And then I always carry glowstone. I think we'll be good in just a moment. I just need to get the tin out of here. There we go, tin. And the hammer. And you can go in here. Inventory is always going to be a problem. Don't need you. I already have that hammer. So there's the tin. And then I need 4 glowstone. 4. So that's that. And that. Nope, it's like that. Gets us 4 aluminum. So that's going to get smelted up. And then we're going to turn it into a gear. Then we're going to go make 1 more Enderium. Smelt that. 1 more set of Enderium dust. Smelt that. Turn it into gears. And then... is that it? 3 netherite, easy. 1 more wireless booster, easy. I just need, actually I already have ender dust. And then from here, 4 of them, 4 nether stars and an eye of ender. Actually, again, pretty simple. It's just putting all the stuff together. So I think I can do that before we end off. I just need 1 more to get it all together again. Okay, so I think at this point I have everything I need, not just to make the wireless or the infinite one, but to make the dimension one as well. So for aluminum gears, we're going to need 8 Enderium gears when all is said and done. So like these, just do that. 12 netherites, 12 wireless boosters, 8 Enderium gears, and 4 aluminum gets us 4 infinity range boosters. So quest completed. There's just that already. 2 bespoke wireless boosters allowing for infinite connectivity range with optional cross-dimensional support. Does not provide chunk loading capabilities for that one. Okay, not sure if that's going to be important for us yet. But this one is actually the easiest part. 4 nether stars is nothing, and the Eye of Ender is nothing. Nexium emitter. Wireless universal terminal with 6.4 stored energy, which is not sure how that's possible. I'm going to assume that is part of the ATM star, though. Yeah, that is part of the star. Anyways, we want the dimension card, like so. Simple enough. Reactive. We can put spells on this thing. We can enchant this thing with spells, apparently. But does this go into our terminal, or does this go... I don't know. Does dimension card go in here, or does it go in there? Range infinite, 200 FE a tick. I think we can handle that pretty much no problem, but we are getting to the point where there's things we can't do with our current system. But now, this thing, we can go as far away as possible as we want. Oh yes, also, before we started, I did so much stuff that I forgot about. Teleport before was only level 2, so it had like a range of 20 blocks. So by using a rare ink on the anvil, I got it to tier 3, using an epic tier 3 for 30 blocks. Using epic, it got to tier 4, and that gave it 40 blocks. And using a legendary, got it to tier 5, and thus a 50 block. So it is significantly better, and it does not increase Well, it increases the cost by like 4 mana, but it does not increase the cooldown any, so it's still very good to use. But it is so much longer range that I keep getting stuck in blocks. Did I turn off your auto pickup? I turned off your auto pickup. But yeah, we are now. So we're now a distance away from the farm. Almost 1,000 blocks just by going that far. Linked network cannot be found. Oh, yeah, chunk loading. That's still a problem, isn't it? Yeah, I'm gonna need something in this area to act as a chunk loader, which I know exists. In fact, the Flux network has a button so that it could. Are we breaking? I think I spammed that button a few too many times. I started breaking the game. Um, yeah. I perhaps spam clicked a little bit more than I should have. The game is currently breaking. Are we good now? Are we good now? I think we're good now. Cool. Anyways, can we figure out why the Flux network isn't letting me hit that chunk loading button? Because that would be very nice if it would. So, you say you have an option for chunk loading. Input chunk loading, unless you've specifically disabled it for this version, like you disabled the main inventory. That could legitimately be the case. Oh, and you can see there, you can see the charts and the network things. Cool. I know there are chunk loading options, but I don't know any of them by name, so it's going to be a little bit hard to actually set them up. Like, apparently the Infinity Booster works for chunk loading, but not the Dimension card, so that makes sense. I'm going to have to do research into this, because I know there's definitely options to let us chunk load this area and be able to access it literally from another dimension. But I don't know which one to go with, or how to craft any of them for that matter. But for right now, that's probably a pretty good place to end things off. So, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to assume it's not going to be this easy, right? This is a chunk loader from Steve's cart. It's an add-on module. Hmm. Hmm. I could make that module right now, but where is Steve's cart? I know I saw it in here before at some point. Control F. Come on. Steve's carts. Okay, it was part of this. It's all about upgrading like carts. What sort of upgrades? Pretty much everything but the kitchen sink, drills to guns to arcade machines. Ooh, arcade machines. That sounds like fun. Hardened mesh, refined hardener. Okay, that's gonna need more obsidian. But I'm gonna need a cart to upgrade in order to make that chunk loader, aren't I? Ooh, applied energistics. We started doing it. Is the storage mod. Don't know much about it, but perhaps it'll help you out. So, the singularity, matter balls, 64 matter balls with lava in the reaction chamber. I think I could do that pretty safely. Or get a 64k one, put it in there. Storage component, put it and fill it up to get a singularity as well. This might be simpler, or the other option might be simpler. I don't know. So there's singularity. Also need the portable item self, which is optional. The quantum computer multi-threader, which is no idea. But we made this. Thanks for 2 free infinity range boosters. Thanks. Thanks, game. Wish I'd seen that. Wish I had seen that before, so I didn't have to make them. For right now, until I can figure out a chunk loader, let's do the infinity range thing, and let's head on back over to the other house. So, that one doesn't say it doesn't act as a chunk loader, so I'm curious if this one... Nope, still not a chunk loader. Yeah, it might be the carts things, because Steve's cart chunk loader, it looks like the easiest to build. There's one other option with a crafting recipe. Chunk loader. So, anchor upgrade keeps machines chunk loaded. Doesn't seem to have a recipe. This dimensional stabilizer. Refined obsidian. Well, it's basically going to make us go into mechanism to figure it out. Make the metallurgic refiner with refined obsidian liquid, basic chemicals. I don't know quite how that works yet. I need to figure out mechanism to make that. It could be super simple. I don't know. But this one specifically looks much easier. And if we look at Steve's carts, um, oh, we need a cart assembler to make a cart, and then we can add on an upgrade, and it's probably going to cost more than what it looks like it's going to cost. I don't know how easy or hard that's going to be. That might be the one. We just set up a cart just to do that. I know we need to make the Galadorian drill for the ATM star, so we might have to figure that out. Anyways, I rabbit holed a little bit harder than I meant to, just trying to find chunk loader. But anyways, for real now, take care, everybody. I want to thank you all so much for watching one more time, and a special thanks to the channel members. Yamato Tanagura, Goddess of the Starfilled Void, and the Phantom Knight. Thank you all so much for your extra support. So for now, for real now, take care everybody.